Westbury residents protesting today over the proposed amendments to the Employment Equity Act, causing gridlocked traffic in the southwest of the city. Let's go to eNCA's Manqoba Mchunu, who is covering the protest for us, and he joins us now live from the area. Manqoba, Westbury residents, I think every year they protest at least twice or three times. Most of the time it's about crime in the area. I believe there was, a young person who was also shot and killed over this weekend. What else are they protesting about this time? Just explain that to us, because I've never heard that before in that particular community.
To follow this up in the local government.
Well, this protest is really about employment and the employment opportunities for colored communities. In fact, to understand that what has really sparked this particular protest is the Employment Amendment Equity Act, our bill that was signed into law in April by President Cyril Ramaphosa. And of course, what residents here are saying is that they believe that this act is unconstitutional. They say that they were never consulted as the colored community, and they are the ones that they say stand to lose a lot from this Equity Act, because what it says is that it wants to see an increase in the quotas of those that have been previously marginalized in the communities. But what they're saying, Masiko, is that this would benefit mostly the black or the African communities more than the colored communities. So they're saying that they want equal employment opportunities. But they're reading the memorandum here, and we understand that one of the officials from the social development in Gauteng is here. Just listen in on that memorandum being read and what they have to say.
Mental well-being is a big issue. The intended date for the Employment Equity Act, Amendment Act, which I want to say to you, Lorato, is the straw, the last straw that broke the camel's back. And I say this because if you know, as a social worker in this community, the social ills of this community, you know the subcultures in this community, and you know what? We have no more control over our youth, not because we are not good parents, not because we are not good pastors, not because we do not care. It's because this whole thing has been exacerbated, allowing our children to go into gangsterism and drugs, and into alcohol abuse, and to drug abuse, and to killing each other, primarily because there is no opportunities for them. There is no job opportunities. Which brings us today here to TDC. You know TDC. You came with the containers there to the property where I am. And remember, they were building this place. This place, in our view, had hope written all over it. Yes. But as we stand here today, this place is nothing but hope. This place is standing here as a white elephant and does not in any way serve the needs of our immediate communities. So we have come to give you this memorandum today. And I want to read it for you, Larato. The TDC facility is one of the prime assets in our area that could be a catalyst for positive community development in the Safari Town precinct. We do not feel your presence. Frankly, we do not even understand your role in the community. The purpose of this memorandum is to express our deep concern and frustration with the direction the local government, the social development department, and TDC is steering colored communities. We request a plan of action from your office in the next 14 days to explain what TDC is going to do to restore the confidence we once proudly held that this government will treat us equitably and justly as promised in the African Bill of Rights. There has been a consistent and quiet acceptance of the unfair treatment meted out by successive governments, first by the apartheid government and now by our own brothers and sisters who fought cheek by jowl against the hated system of engineering. There is a deliberate decimation of our communities in general and our youth in particular, physically and mentally. It is perplexing to witness the decline of our communities run right under your noses. Our dignity has been stripped layer by layer. Point number one, Larato, we say to the local government, to the mayor, to his MMC of social development. We also speak through you to the MSc of social development. We have seen over the years that the majority of people employed by TDC are Africans, as defined in the phrase blacks in general and Africans in particular. We have no problem with municipal-owned facilities employing people from surrounding communities. This is only right to deal with the linguistic and cultural challenges the public and employers have to deal with. Why is TDC excluding local people from employment and economic opportunities? We also demand that more employment positions at the facility be allocated with due consideration to the social makeup of the surrounding areas. Point number 2, there are only 4 black social workers servicing 4 wards. This is totally inadequate and not representative of the communities being serviced. It is said that there is a hydroponic center that is underutilized. Why? There is a computer room. What happened to the hardware? There are ovens that could be used for training. Why is this not being utilized? The ECD center, which is a state-of-the-art one, I believe has never been used for the community. It used to run programs for, it could be used to run programs for day mothers, etc. Why can we not use the auditorium? There's an auditorium for public meetings and other educational initiatives. Number 3, staff must be representative of the local community. Security should be outsourced to local SMMEs. Maintenance and repairs can be done by local people. We want to see the sports programs that are promised to develop our youth. Number 4, the Gauteng Township Economic Development Act 2022 was launched. Of the 1.7 million reportedly budgeted for this program, it is abundantly clear that the historical disadvantaged ghettos where colored communities are in the majority have been deliberately excluded from this program and so many other economic opportunities. Please provide a breakdown through the MEC's office of how many colored business form part of your supplier database and are currently providing services to the facility. Lerato, we are asking, there's no signs that clearly marks what this place is supposed to be used for. We want signs that the facility explaining what this huge building is about and the services programs that are available to the public. We convey to you our absolute rejection of the Apartheid Affirmative Action Regulation, the Employment Equity Act, and the Employment Equity Amendment Bill. In our opinion, these negative pieces of legislation are being used to remove qualifying colored people from the employment opportunities. Lastly, we have been pleading humbly, patiently, respectfully and peacefully. The time has come for us to get off our knees, out of our churches, out of our homes. We trust our demands for social justice will be heeded and responded to speedily with sincerity. We also heard, Lerato, maybe you can respond, that the vegetables that is coming here doesn't actually reach the people. And I believe there's vegetables right now in the building, and it's already Monday, and it was given last week. We want also you to answer, in terms of what the programs in this facility, how it can assist our communities, and maybe you can negate the things in this memorandum. Over to you, ma'am, Lerato.
Good afternoon. I don't know if it's still morning or afternoon. Dumelang Sanbonani. Bishop Adams, as you know that I'm just a small fish in a big pond. Unfortunately, I cannot respond to all the issues that you have raised here today. I was sent to receive the memorandum, and I will take it to my superiors. They will respond. So unfortunately, I cannot respond. Thank you.
Maybe Lerato, maybe not respond to the memorandum, but maybe your knowledge of the center. I think that you know about. Just talk to about what the memorandum says and your knowledge in terms of what is actually happening in TDC.
Under your management?
Well, that was one of the community leaders here in this community just reading out the memorandum here to one of the officials from the Social Development Department. Of course, they have been marching to the various businesses as well as some of the government departments here in the area where they've been handing over various memorandums to those businesses, calling for the colored community to be employed by these businesses, saying that there are not enough job opportunities for colored communities. And of course, they're saying that as far as this act is concerned, the Employment Equity Amendment Act, which we know was signed into law in April, they're saying that they are absolutely against it. They want it scrapped, and they're saying that they were never consulted as far as that is concerned. So the community members here up in arms, they're saying that they want some resolution as far as the job issues are concerned, because they're saying that this is what is fueling some of the social ills here in Westbury when it comes to the issues of drugs, when it comes to the violence that has engulfed this community. They believe if there were more job opportunities for community members, and not only here in Westbury, but colored community in the country in general, they believe that these issues could well be resolved.
All right, Manqoba Mchunu live for us there in Westbury. Let's leave it there for now.